What's going on today, guys? Happy Monday. What an absolutely crazy day it was today. Absolutely bloody as can be. Massive move to the downside in the Dow, S&P, Nasdaq. Throughout the market, everything was being pummeled. There were there were very few names that were green today. Definitely one that we're going to be talking about is UVXY, which, like I always talked about, these bearish ETFs, they thrive in markets like this. So those were always ones that I made sure to have you guys keep on your watch list. UVXY, SQQQ, VIXY, anything in relation to market downtrending, those three ETFs are massive. Um, I mean, it's just the market right now is just responding to the conditions that, like I told you guys, this big elephant in the room with inflation and everything going on. The market has made attempts to try to rally, get back to the upside, which it has attempted to do, but it fails to hold levels like in the SPY ETF, it fails to hold levels and continues back to the downside because at the end of the day, there's too much downward pressure because of the inflation, because of everything going on in the market. All this stuff is stimulating a downtrend. It's just, there's no way to, get that out of your mind, or get that out of the analysis regarding inflation, regarding everything that's going on. It's a clear indicate. These are clear indicators that are pointing towards an even bigger drop, right? In terms of how large that drop is, I've been talking about this with you guys for weeks. I have no idea. Now the SPY has broken under that $400 range. Where could it head? You know, where could it head? Is it possible that we could see an even deeper swing to the downside? I don't know. I mean, that capital R word recession is that something that's upon us right now? In my personal opinion, it's not. I think the market will rally again before anything major like that happens. More than likely in the near future, the recession will begin to happen. But in my honest opinion, I don't see that happening. I see the market rebounding. Um, so many names today presented such great buying opportunities. Now on Friday, when there was the massive move to the downside, I thought this is what a great opportunity to be a bull and buy a lot of these dips. Unfortunately, if you are bullish, if you are on that side of the game, today was an absolute disaster. I mean, there's really no other ways to put it. But like I posted on my stock tweets not too long ago, guys, with times like these, all that matters is you hold long and strong. If you've done your research and analysis and believe in the companies you invest in, then don't stress. We're in an extremely volatile time in the market, so be patient and stick to your plan always. That is something that if you cement in your mind and you keep that fundamentally sound in your plans and whatnot, in your investing strategies, that's all that matters. Invest what you believe in, invest in what you research, and that is the bottom line. Now, I obviously have been bullish on DraftKings. Since Friday and even prior to that, I've been bullish on the name in general. Friday was all-time lows, and I decided to take a position in it. Am I down in that position? Yes, I am down in that position, a pretty significant amount. But I'm not concerned because this position will spike back up. Um, you know, Taking into consideration the fact that it's grown in revenue and the company itself is expanding, on a pretty large scale, and you see that majority of shares outstanding are owned by hedge funds. We'll talk more into DraftKings in a moment, but just majority of shares are owned by hedge funds, large investors and stuff, and that's what's dictating the price action in that name, as well as a lot of other names. There are a lot of big names are hedged, and they control most of the price action that happens. And when we see a day like this, they're going to be in full control in terms of controlling the price action to the downside. So It's more so that, let's just ride the wave, right? Like, this is a wave that's going down and it's going to build back up again, and we are going to see a market rally. That's my prediction heading in to middle of this week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I do see a market rally coming because back-to-back days of absolute massive moves to the downside. Something's got to give. Especially in a lot of these big names, a lot of these legitimate companies. So, like I said, guys, the SPY, it did break under 400 today. Is that alarming? It is alarming because now it's kind of like, how far can this actually go down? I mean, we have a pretty significant amount of downward pressure, and look at the sell pressure heading into the close. I mean, it's not the best thing to see as a bull. If you have long positions, it's not the greatest thing to see. But at the same time, like I said, if you believe in the company you're invested in, and you're looking at it in a mid to long term, like couple months plus, anything beyond that, you'll be fine. I mean, that's really all that matters. So let's talk about Boyle, guys. I've been talking about this name. This is the bullish ETF for natural gas. It has had an absolutely massive move to the downside. Like I said on my stock twits, guys, this was going to go under $100, and little do you know, in couple days, what does it do? It goes under $100. I mean, what a move to the downside. And does it have a lot more room to go back to the downside? Of course. Right now, we're looking at the 79.50 range at the close, and look at that sell pressure. I mean, I 100% gave this to you guys, and I try to be as transparent with you as possible, and I was always telling you guys that, look at this. Sub 100 is coming, and that's when it was 115, and that was what, 2 days ago, or that was on. It looks like that was on Friday. So, guys, that, I mean, 15% plus move. And it's way lower than that now. Obviously, I mean, it's in the $70 range. So, you could only. Well, I think I did. Did I post another picture? No, this was this morning. Yeah, I mean, Jesus, guys, we're in the 70, in the 70s now in terms of the price of oil. So this is in literally a day. If you bought KOLD, which is the bearish ETF, like I've been talking about like crazy, this is the one, guys. This is the one that has been absolutely hammered to the downside, and it found a bottom right around. I believe it was no, 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 no. It was deeper than that. Let me show you guys. It was right down here in the high fives range. It went even lower than that. It was in like the 570s aftermarket in a few days. But look at this. Look at how it just slowly, gradually went back up to the upside. Oh, I figured it out, guys. Look at that. There we go. And it gradually just climbs back up to the upside. I just figured out why my charts were acting weird as we speak right now. So, I mean, look at this. Just a slow, gradual move back, right back to the upside as oil continues to downtrend, because at the end of the day, price of natural gas is going to it will dry up because of the demand dropping. So you have to make sure you're keeping an eye on that. As long as natural gas drops, cold is going to go to the 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, all the way to 20 plus. And don't say I didn't tell you at the end of the day. This is still in that accumulation range. This is that time to load up and just live on it. Just love it. Just let it do its thing, because natural gas will continue to fall, guys. It's kind of inevitable. Will we see another drop in cold and a spike in oil? Possibly. That could easily happen. But if you're long term, anything under $10 could accumulate, 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 accumulate. That's the name of the game for cold, guys. Moving on over to DraftKings. This is my one and only position as we speak right now. And yeah, guys, I mean, it's insane. It got absolutely hammered to the downside. And what I was elaborating on when I was talking about this not a second ago is that 350 million shares are owned by large institutions, hedge funds, etc., and large investors. So you have to understand, like I was talking about, that price action is dictated by these big boys. So, when they have their algos meaning their, bots that basically trade for them, it slowly bleeds the price down. You know, I mean the price action was just slowly bled out, and with market weakness, it's very easy to exploit companies, especially when they have massive stakes in them. So bottom line is, guys, for me, I'm long and strong on this name. DraftKings is expanding substantially, and there's actually a meeting, I believe it's on June 6th, regarding, if gambling or sports betting is going to be legalized in California, if I'm not mistaken. I believe that is the date, but I need to double check on that. And guys, if sports betting is opened up here in California, that will be absolutely massive for DraftKings. DraftKings will rally more, like probably more rapid than it's ever seen before. So keep an eye on that, guys, because California is a huge market. It is a huge market for sports betting waiting to be unleashed, waiting for those gates to be unleashed. It's just obviously been, there's a lot of politics behind it, and the casinos that control most of that still. So um, we'll see what happens with that. But still, regardless, DraftKings is still an expanding company. That they have. I mean, their revenue is a beat quarter over quarter, and they're very impressive with their reports. So I'm long and strong on this name. My average is right in that 13 range. Now, oh, like DP, what the hell are you doing? Why did you not put a stop loss? Yeah, I probably should have, guys. I mean, I always say that, like especially with BWV, Blue Water Vaccines. I should have had a stop loss. Yeah, we could sit and cry and moan and bang our head on the wall all day and say why this, why that. But at the end of the day, I'm sticking to my plan. My plan here, my first price target is $16. And then once we see momentum there, because I will start taking profit out at 16. Once we see more momentum there, I want to see it continue to the upside, get to that $20 level. Has it shown in the past that it's capable of doing so? 100%. It just needs some market strength. It just needs those. It needs that selling pressure to just taper off with market strength diminishing, and we see that bullish move to the upside. We'll see DraftKings head to those levels again, right? So I'm long and strong on the name, guys. Could it drop more? I don't know. I mean, my prediction for tomorrow is that we're gonna see a bounce back. That's my whole thing on it. Just looking at the charts, looking at percentages wise how down everything is. Something's got to give, and a reversal tomorrow uh, looks like it's on the agenda. So DraftKings, guys, big name. Rivian, absolutely unbelievable, guys. Absolutely unbelievable. Now, I never try to steer you guys wrong, but there are some of my plays that, I do call that are premature. And unfortunately, Rivian broke that level. It completely shattered that 28, 29, 30 support level that it was trying to maintain for quite some time. As you guys can see, this is basically what I was going off of, this support level that you see here, guys. You see that right in this range, and then it absolutely fell off a cliff. Now the reason it fell off a cliff was because Ford sold their share, or I forgot how many million shares they had, the stake in the company. They sold all of those shares. So now all of those shares get put back in the shares outstanding, which means there's a surplus of shares, right? Now, when a stock sees a surplus of shares get put back into the market, and available to be purchased, the stock price is going to go down. Because if there's an abundance of something, right, that means that the demand isn't necessarily, very strong. So that's going to send the price down. Now, when there's a limited, like, a small float, right, or anything in general, in any company that gets bought up, right, and there's very limited shares outstanding, then that's going to send the stock price higher, right, because there's so much demand. Now with this, when you dump a massive stake like that into the market, it's gonna 100% send the stock price down, because it's not like the average investor is just going to come in and buy up all of those shares. That just doesn't happen. I mean, I feel like personally it was more than just Ford who dumped their shares. It must have been other institutions as well. because this is just an absolute massive move to the downside. I mean, we're in the low 20s now, and this is one that I've been very bullish on, long and strong. They have their earnings coming up on the 12th, so you know, I mean, I'm very optimistic for the earnings. We'll see what goes on with that. We still have quite a few big names that have earnings coming up. You know, I mean, as long as the market shows a sign of strength, Rivian will come back to the upside as long as their earnings is solid. So keep an eye on Rivian, guys. I'm still very bullish on the name in general. Moving on over to SoFi. What a lovely move this is making. Down to all-time lows today as we speak, right here in that high 570s range. And this one's earnings is on the 11th, day after tomorrow. Now, guys, it's been floating around this range, up and down, up and down, up and down, and today it took another massive dump. Um, yeah, I mean it is disheartening. It is disheartening seeing this happening to plays that I genuinely believe in, but it doesn't matter. The market has proven that no one is safe. No matter how financially healthy you are as a company, it does not matter. It doesn't matter how massive your sales are, it doesn't matter your revenue, it doesn't matter anything. The market will show you that it'll pick up big names and it'll chew them up and spit them out with no regard. So SoFi is another victim of just pure market downtrending. So, I mean, is this one that I'm still long and strong on? 100%. You buy this, just hold it long term. I mean, I don't see SoFi going anywhere. It's a strong financial company that I really see a lot of promise with. So, price target here, 8 plus. 8 plus. I mean, we'll see what happens with the earnings and base what will happen off of that, in terms of momentum, what we should be seeing. Um Positive earnings, obviously momentum should be good to the upside. So, let's just keep an eye on SoFi and see what unfolds with that. Last but not least, gonna talk about NIO, guys. The dominating electric car company in China right now. This is one that is in a massive buy zone, in my honest opinion. This area right here in this 13s range is a massive buy zone. And personally, if anyone were to ask me, should I buy SoFi? NIO, I would SoFi too, obviously, but NIO 100%. I would say NIO is one to buy and hold, hold, hold. Um, I definitely believe that NIO will get back to 30 plus once market strength regains and whatnot. But as you guys can see here, back in mid March, it took that downturn right here to like high 12s, and then it retrended right back to the upside. It just shows, sorry, it just shows you how resilient the market can be in a matter of days, in a matter of a couple of weeks, guys. So remember, if you are watching my videos, it's so easy, right? It's so easy to buy like in a range like 17, 16, like right here, right? I'm just take this for example. And then for you to sit there and see it go down to these all the way down to 12, right? It's a very disheartening thing. But as long as you do your research and you believe in the company and you stick to your plan, look what happens, guys. As long as you just hold for a couple more weeks, done deal. Now, does that work out every single time? No. That there are unfortunate, circumstances that happen, with companies that continue to downtrend and whatnot. But, here it just absolutely rallied back. So just make sure you guys are investing in companies that you believe in. And I'm only going to be discussing plays that I believe in. So at the end of the day, Neo's one of those names. So keep it on watch, guys. Neo, just keep it on watch. I still see this as being a 30 plus stock. Once we see market strength regaining traction happening. So, um, make sure, guys, follow the stock twits. I wasn't super active on the day. Just been holding my position in DraftKings, but mentioning quite other few names. Cassava Science is another one that I'm still very bullish on. I did not discuss that, but still very bullish on. Enphase, another great name to look into. Rivian, like I've talked about, NIO, two electric car companies that are very dominant, or not. Rivian's not necessarily very dominant in the space, but they're an up and coming company that has a lot of potential in my eyes. So but NIO, a top company out in China, so I see NIO definitely uptrending back to the upside. So DraftKings talking about KOLD, talking about Boyle, just trying to keep you guys as updated and informed as possible. But what a crazy bloody day it was today. But guys, with all the blood, it presents a lot of opportunities. So make sure at the end of the day you are seizing this opportunity and you're using it to your advantage and you're using your investment strategies to their fullest. Because right now I see a lot of massive opportunities in the market and a lot of these big names that are being eviscerated and destroyed down to the downside are presenting a lot of great opportunities to buy and hold long term. So, like I said, guys, just stick to your plan, buy what you believe in, and just keep everything simple. Like I only have my one position in DraftKings, and that's it. And I'm sticking to my plan in it, and we're just gonna keep it simple, guys. So, um, also, I did want to mention Finviz. I'm not sure if you haven't heard of it. Finviz, a great place to look up any company and get a full detailed background on the company. So let's just use DraftKings for an example. Okay, it gives you everything. I mean, it gives you the market cap, it gives you the income, it gives you their book per share, cash per share, it gives you their sales quarter over quarter, which as you guys can see is 47% increase in sales quarter over quarter. Um, I mean a lot. Insider ownership is 2%. Institutional ownership, guys, like I told you, bam. You put these two together, you got 70% owned by investors, institutions, and insiders. So remember that. So that's why this company I'm very bullish on. But just who cares about whatever? I'm just giving you guys, like the fact that this shows basically all this information. Shares outstanding right now is 407 million shares outstanding. Um, it gives everything. Average target price is $31.22 based on analysts and um all of the what is it, the hedge funds, as and all the every single news article shows up here, right down here. There's actually a lot of I'm surprised this hasn't updated. There is a lot of hedge funds that have updated their price target here. But anyways, a great platform to get a good understanding of the company that you're looking into. So keep a keep this website in mind, guys. If you enjoy the content, make sure to like and subscribe. And also, if you want to see something else from me, if you desire me to analyze any other stocks or plays, feel free to comment down below and let me know your thoughts and any sort of questions, anything you guys got. I'm here to answer or respond to anything. So I hope you guys are making money in this very bloody time and are seizing the opportunities as they come. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.